Hey, Mike and Lincoln. How are you guys doing? I am just looking at some recent pickups. Any idea where this is from? Actually, I hope my audio is doing fine. Looks pretty good. Well, let me flip this coin around. It has kind of an insidious, not a kind of, a very insidious history. Hi, John. Close. You can tell under the 34. That is a 5 Reichsmark from 1934 in Nazi Germany. So certainly a time when things were not that great in Germany, and soon things would not be very great in the rest of Europe. And that is silver. So, sad piece of history, but a neat piece of history. Well, let's see. This is one I got from Tim and Sarah, one of their auctions. That's from Mexico. Juegos de la 19th Olimpiada, Mexico. The 19th Olympic Games. 25 pesos. That's silver, but I think it's a lower percentage. I think it's about 625, something like that. Oh, nope, right there. Ley, 720. Ley is Spanish for law, and by law, they had to put the percentage of silver, mark their coins. So that tells you, let me focus this a little more. That's about as good as it's going to get with that camera. Yep. So if you look where it says Ley, 0.72, that's a percentage of silver, and underneath you see the M with an O. That tells you it was minted in Mexico City. Well, hello, Charlie and Sandy. I'm just looking at some coins that I picked up fairly recently. And Charlie, I responded to your email. All right, this one will be a bit more obvious, I think. That is from Great Britain. Queen Victoria. Victoria Dei Gra-Brit Reg. Which, if I remember my Latin, is Victoria Dei Gratia, by God's grace. Reg would be Regina Brit, Queen of Britain. And that is a half crown from 1899. So Victoria, I think, died in 1901 or 1902, so this was towards the end of her reign. And this one, I really wonder how this is going to come out. I am by no means an expert. Well, I'm an expert in very little, but I'm not an expert in Canadian coinage, even though I'm probably an hour from the Canadian border. That is a proof-like, I guess you would describe it as. It certainly has a cameo. Dollar. From there we go. Minted in 1958, commemorating British Columbia. And as I understand it, this is called the Death Dollar because the designer, the engraver, didn't realize that the figure on the totem represents death. And so when it circulated, they couldn't quite figure out, so the story goes, why it wasn't very popular with the indigenous people in British Columbia, because they didn't quite like the idea of death being depicted on a coin. But it's in gorgeous condition. How is the audio, by the way? Right, Dreiser. Is the audio okay? Oh, thank you, Mike. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Lincoln. Charlie, in my email, I have kind of the big brother to this coin. This is what well, in fairness, this is not a recent acquisition. I've had this one for a little while. The one I mentioned in my response to your email, Charlie, is similar to this. That's a 1774 Carlos III, Charles III, Carlos III, King of Spain. De Gratia on the right side of the coin. And that is a 2 reals, very similar to what was on Riser's stream yesterday, which if you haven't seen, you have to go and watch the rebroadcast of it and subscribe and get the notifications so you can view his future streams. So that one has certainly been around. But the nice thing about these reals is that they very well could have seen circulation here in colonial America. They were very happily accepted in trade because they were considered good silver, which back in the day was what people cared about. Not fiat money, not what the government tells you it's worth. These are what I'm not one for copper rounds, I must say. However, Coin Dragon had these on his site. I'm sorry, on his live stream. And I picked these up. Kind of a grim, a grim round. It is supposedly modeled after the Flying Eagle cent, but it's a 2 Dying Eagle from 2019, which is curious because it isn't 2019 yet. Hey, the giant Garrett Detectorist, hello. And on the back, oh, this is the Zombucks, if you're not familiar with them. I think they can be purchased on the Provident Metal site. But it's this Currency of the Apocalypse. 2 Zombucks, 1 ounce, 0.999 fine copper. And the other one I picked up from Coin Dragon is modeled after the $20 St. Gaudens gold piece. Let me bring the exposure down on this, see if that helps. And if you can't make it out, well, let me do this. I'll switch to the microscope. Don't get motion sickness, anybody? Again, very grim. So she's carrying a severed head. And she's standing on a pile of bones. And a building in the background is in flames. Looks like the Capitol building, sadly. I don't know who that's supposed to be, some warrior princess, I guess. Hopefully exacting revenge on some evildoers. And the back of that coin is similar to the other one. So, I don't know, interesting pickups. I think so, Riser. And yes, Sandy, it is kind of creepy. They do the same thing with, well, they make silver rounds based upon the Morgan dollars and the peace dollars. It says 2019, right. I don't know if they think 2019 is going to be the age of the apocalypse. And there's a Standing Liberty that I got, heavily toned. A little light on that. That is a 1929 S. Oh, is Lemonhead here? I didn't notice. Hey, Lemonhead. The Standing Liberty Quarter is one of my favorite U.S. coin designs. Hey, Real Fire Demon. If you're just jumping in, I'm just looking at some coins I acquired fairly recently, the past, I don't know how many months. Oops. I don't know. I'm questioning whether I'll sell that one or not. I'm doing fine. How are you, Travis? And this is a silver coin from France. It is based upon a design from the mid-1800s. Liberté, égalité, fraternité, the motto of the French Revolution. Hey, good night, Giant Garrett Detectorist. See you soon. But this was a coin that was minted in 1965. 10 francs. That's 90% silver. It's in gorgeous shape. And this one I think I'll take out of the airtight. Bear with me. Airtights are not meant to be opened easily. There's another Victorian coin. However, it is from Canada. Let's see if I can focus in a bit more. Yeah, this is a document camera. It's supposedly a 4K document camera, but I'm underimpressed. I guess for what it does, it's not bad. It's not meant to be a microscope. Yeah, I'm going to move it up. There. So, Victoria, Dei Gratia Regina. Victoria by the God's Grace Queen. And that is a quarter from 1883. That's a nice one. I think that's a keeper. Mike, you got a 1 franc from your local bank, which rhymes. They usually throw foreign coins away. Oh my goodness. Well, Mike, I think if you develop a good rapport with the tellers, they'll save them for you. That's great. I was not too long ago, probably 2 months ago, I was at our local grocery store, and they have a Coinstar, and I happened to walk by, and I saw on, not in the coin return tray, they were actually on the top shelf, and they were 2 Canadian, well actually I think I have one here. There were 2 Canadian dollar coins. Well, I don't know where they are right now. There were 2 Canadian dollar coins, and there were, I think it was a Canadian nickel, a Canadian quarter, and some Canadian pennies. And whoever had put them in the Coinstar machine didn't, they were rejected, obviously, and just left them on there. So I thought, well, fortunate me. All right, here's a question I have for the stream. And Lemonhead, being a coin dealer now, working in a coin store, this is not a recent acquisition. I've had this for years. This is an 1837 capped bust quarter. Amazing details. I would have no problem with a technical grade giving this an extra fine. However, let me flip it over too. I'm not really doing the whole. So there's the reverse. Now, as I said, I got this years ago. And the dealer mentioned that this quarter had likely, ages ago, been cleaned and retoned. Now, if this were nice and shiny, I really wouldn't like it. But I don't mind a coin. I'd rather have a coin that has original surfaces. But if it's a coin such as this, that's cleaned but retoned, it doesn't bother me as much. You know, for some people, I understand that's taboo, and that's fine. But my question is, should I sell it and try to get one in similar condition that has original surfaces? And I've been going back and forth on that question for quite some time. And I still haven't decided, so yeah, I mean, as far as a technical grade, I'm happy with XF. I'd even be happy with very fine if somebody said, well, you know, I suppose if it has XF details, but it's been cleaned, you know, kind of the market grade would be more very fine as far as pricing. But what a neat piece of American numismatic history. I mean, 1837. You know, 25 years before the Civil War. It is neat. So what do you think? What would you do? Sell it? Keep it? Think about it a little more? Let's see in the chat. Let's see. Lemonhead. Very nice. Nice rim. Nice coin. Good devices. Yeah. The details in this coin are spectacular, I think. Rise are tricky. It is a tricky question. I normally wouldn't touch a clean coin. I think because my philosophy is I'm not desperate to get... I pretty much... I'm a type coin collector. But I have more than one type of... more than one coin of certain types. And I guess my philosophy is there's another one out there. So if there's something with an imperfection, unless the price is really, really great, don't go for it. But I got an outstanding price on this coin for that reason, because it had been cleaned, even though it had retoned. Lincoln saying he'd keep it. Hi, Tom. Mike says keep it. Riser, there's always time. I say keep until there's a suitable replacement. And that's the perspective I have too, Charlie. Randy says keep it. Hi, Randy. Lemon Edgy, sell it to me. Well, we can talk. You know, truly, Travis, I haven't made a decision on it. But we could do a trade. Maybe. On the Rivendell Coins website, I have a page which is still under construction for coins for sale. So I'd probably post it there, but I suppose I should say coins for sale or trade. I'm certainly open to trades. My interest in coins, as far as the Rivendell coin site, is absolutely, if it even can be called a business, hobby income. I have 2 other jobs, so I'm not looking for a third. So, well, that's that, baby. Oh, what else do I have here? I think as far as recent acquisitions, that's about it. Oh, I have one other. I do have one other that I thought was kind of interesting. I'm going to have to zoom this up. Treasury Department, United States Mint, 1960, PC, proof coins. This is a proof set I picked up. And when they were sent, oh, this is funny, you folks probably know this. So they came with sandwiched between 2 pieces of cardboard, which is nice. And they came with this letter, well, this card, I guess you can say, from Mrs. Ray Beester, Superintendent of the U.S. Mint. And I kind of get a kick out of the last paragraph. It says, if there should appear what may seem to you a defect or scratch on a coin, it is no doubt a crease in the polyethylene-coated mylar. We tell you this to be sure, we tell you this to save us both unnecessary correspondence. Thank you. So in other words, don't bother me. If you don't like your coins, don't bother me. Ray, you must have been a real pip back in the day. So let's do this. And zoom in a bit. So, it's a 1960. And it amazes me how much one can acquire mint sets for. Now, I'm not talking 55 and earlier. Those are quite expensive. But even 56, 57, they're not too bad. And after 57, I think the sets with silver are very reasonable. You know, you have, I don't know what this would grade. Bump up the exposure a bit. Cast a bit more light on it. You know, we have a proof Franklin. And I do apologize, I'm not I'm not really paying attention to the stream. Let me take a look back here. Lincoln, what's your favorite coin? My favorite coin is probably one of the first coins that 40 years ago got me really interested in coin collecting. And it was a bust half dollar. It was an 1830 bust half dollar. That was my grandfather's. And once I started coin collecting, and once I could show my parents that I took care of the coins and was truly interested in the hobby, they let me have it. And I still have it. I would never give it away. And I think since then, bust half dollars have certainly had a place in my heart. Lemonade penny, 2 jobs is enough. Yeah. Well, the way it works is I'm a school teacher. I'm a librarian. And I'm a adjunct professor at a local university in their graduate education program. And the deal is that my salary from teaching goes to things like the mortgage and college tuitions and things like that. And the money I make from the adjunct professor position goes to, it's more discretionary income, I guess. Well, it goes to things like braces for the kids too. But that's why if I get coins, don't feel terribly guilty. It's not like I'm spending the mortgage money on it. Let's see. Do you think there's a market for old bank bags? You know, I don't know. I would think so. The older, the better. I think there's a market for everything, Charlie. You'd be surprised what people will buy. Oh, let's see. I believe she's the reason why there was... Yeah, getting back to Mrs. Ray V. Beester. And it's funny. I don't know why. Maybe that was the proper thing to do back then. But, let's see if I can get that card back in there. Mrs. is parenthetical. Like she was embarrassed or it was an afterthought. I don't know. Oh, Ray. Somebody decided to marry you back in the day. Hey, maybe she was a gorgeous lady. I don't know. I'll have to find a picture of Ray, of Ray Beester. Maybe she was a bit of a... No, I'll be kind. All right. Let's see. What do we have here? Mike Wolf, nice set. Yeah. Again, I'm amazed at how inexpensive proof sets are. It's remarkable. I mean, this set is over 50 years old. Well over 50 years old. And I got it for less than $30 shipped. Hey, Adriana's there. Hi, Adriana. And Mike is here. Okay, I want to catch up with the chat. All right, let's get back to this. Anyway, yeah, so, you know, a proof 1960. And of course, you have a 90% silver. Then you have the 90% silver, 1960. Quarter. And all the coins are in really nice condition. Nothing cameo, but... And one school of thought for proof sets is that they should be kept in the original mint mylar. Some people will cut along these... Let me see if I can get a little pointer here. Some people will take the coins, you know, and they'll cut along this area where it's sonically sealed. So they'll keep the coins in the original mylar, but they'll sell the coins separately. I'm not crazy about that. But anyway, another school of thought is to take them out of the 50-year-old mylar, and if it's a nice coin, put it in a flip or put it in something like an airtight. I think I'm going to keep it in here. It's fared fairly well for 50 years. There's the penny. And again, this document camera doesn't do it justice. Oh, let me do this. Let me put this under the microscope. And the striations you see are definitely on the mylar. There's no it's not anything on the coin itself. And there is a lag, a video lag. So there's I guess a little bit of cameo on the date. Yeah, my laptop is straining a bit. It's a fast laptop, but no, in any event, I'll put it back here. So that was another thing I acquired. But I mean, amazing coins. I didn't show you the offers, did I? But it is amazing to think back in the day, you know, these were circulated. So, anyway. So that is that. I have one other set I can show. See, I was going to save these for another live stream, but this is a Canadian mint set. They seem to have a much more dignified card with their coins. You know, it has the crest of Canada. No sour woman telling you not to send the coins back. Although it does say, last sentence, the mint cannot undertake to exchange coins or make refunds. So I shouldn't be perhaps so hard on Mrs. Beaster. But anyway, these are Canadian coins. It's $1. The cent, the half dollar, the dime, the quarter, and the nickel. And there is a bit of a cameo on the dollar, but kind of hard to make out with the document camera. But this is neat because this is not your typical Canadian design. This is these are minted in 1967 to commemorate the establishment of Canada as a nation unto itself. So that's a Canada goose. I think that's a tern and a seabird. Canadian wolf on the 50-cent piece. That's a mackerel. Sorry. On the dime. It's a bobcat on the quarter. And it's upside down. Here, I'll flip it. And that is a hare on the nickel. So those were neat. And there too, not really that expensive. This was certainly less than the US proof set I purchased. And these are, well, Canadian silver after 19... Let's see, British silver went from sterling to 50% silver after 1920. Canada may have done the same. These are 80% silver. But still, if you add everything up, it's an ounce of silver. But I bought this for what a 1 ounce round of silver would be. So, there's that. Anyway, that's where we are. Let's see, what do we have? Adriana, you need a desktop. You know what, Adriana, here's the thing. I'm perfectly okay with Windows, but I am a Apple person. I've been an Apple person since college, and this is a MacBook Pro. It's a fast laptop, but it's still a laptop. And if I bought an Apple desktop, I have to take a second mortgage out in the house. So, I don't know. Yeah, you can hear the laptop fan. It's straining. It definitely is. Volume is weak. Oh no. Coin porn. Ah. I can turn up the volume. I may have been talking a little bit more softly too when I was looking at the Canadian coins. So you tell me, what is your favorite coin? Mine definitely would be the bust $50. Not only because I think it's a beautifully designed coin, and it's a really interesting piece of American numismatic history, but it has that personal family connection. Anything good? Yeah. Oh, Link, of course, you like the Eisenhower dollars. Those are neat. Tom, speaking of coins, I came up with 2 wheat pennies and my change today, 51 and a 20. Wow, that's great. That's terrific. Adriana ran a laptop. Couldn't. I know. Someday I'll get a desktop. I completely agree. But this is also the laptop I use for school and for everything else. This is the laptop I use to watch the Mantic live streams on, and it works well for that. But producing video, yeah, I think any laptop is not going to work as well. Riser says large cents. Those are terrific too. And there's such a variety in design in large cents. Peace dollars. Randy, I think that is one of my favorites. I have, as I said, I'm a type coin collector, and I have some different types of dollars, and I thought of doing a video on the different dollar coins that the United States has produced. Flip. No, I don't have the games. I don't have a bot. Maybe you can let me borrow Rosie. But I do have to figure out how to incorporate a bot into... This is OBS, so I don't know if I can even put a bot on this. I'm still new to learning the software. I thought of doing Streamlabs OBS, which, as I imagine, is easier to interface a bot with, but we'll see. It's all an experiment, right? Well, let's see. You got your husband a gaming computer. Huh. I do like Ike's. Collect the new Oh, Tom, I would love to get those. Those, the Queen's Beast series, those are not easy coins to acquire in America, or at least not in New England, where I am. And if you are lucky enough to find them in America, they are at a premium. But that is on my list to acquire, yes. I'd like to get just a Britannia round. I think those are gorgeous coins. Let's see. Lemonhead, great stream, sir. Thank you. I can tell you are well read by how well spoken you are. Well, I appreciate that. I don't think so. A real pleasure. I gotta get back to work. Oh, you are work? Oh, great. Well, Lemonhead, thanks. Your auction last night was terrific. I get up at like 5 in the morning to get ready for classes and everything. So I can't I can't quite stay up quite so late. But your auctions are great, Travis. They really are. I really enjoy them. So I will be there. And Rosie's all mine. Okay, well we'll have to arrange that. Sandy Taker. Now a little inference is drifting this way. You're not very fond of Rosie? Interesting. Adriana, what's your favorite coin? Sandy, what's your favorite coin? And hello, Maggie O'Brien, my lovely daughter. Now, Maggie O'Brien, I asked Maggie O'Brien earlier to go by the local grocery store to pick up a lemon for me. Because Maggie, Sandy, and Riser's Treasure Hunting Emporium challenged me to the Lemons for Leukemia challenge. So that's why I asked for the lemon. Adriana, old coins. What do you define as an old coin? Like a Roman coin? A Greek coin? Old American coins? And what's old? Is it 100 years old? What's the oldest coin you have? Ah, the Buffalo nickel. Yeah, that is a neat one. And that, for collectors of American coins, that is super popular because they are fairly easy to acquire, and the fact they have an Indian, oh, I'm sorry, not an Indian, a Native American on the obverse and a buffalo on the reverse seems to have that certain sense of Americana attached to it. So those are great, yeah. Now, Tom, are you in Great Britain, or are you stateside, or where are you living, if you don't mind saying, Tom? Since you knew about the Queen's Beasts. Adrian, yep, okay. Thanks, Maggie. Oh, you're in Indianapolis. Okay. Are you able to get the Queen's Beasts or British silver locally, or do you have to get them online, or? 'Cause I just don't see them around here. Let's see, Lincoln. The oldest coin I have is the 1707 hammered Austria coin that you helped me with. Oh, that's, yeah. Those are really nice coins. And see, Lincoln, you should create a video of those, because those are really, really amazing pieces of history. I have some. The currency, the denomination is groschen, and they're Polish coins. But back when the countries in Europe were not exactly within the boundaries that they are now. And I have two of them from the 1600s, and it's really neat how they were made. I have some Old English coins too. Roman coin, okay. Roman coins are interesting too. I'm surprised. The last coin show I went to, there was a Roman coin dealer. I should say a dealer in Roman coins. I don't think he was Roman himself, and he and I just got talking, because I don't know a whole lot about Greco-Roman coins. And he said it's, well, as I said, I'm a school librarian, and last year I had a coin collecting club with my students, and I got a grant, and we got some coins and supplies, and they were able to learn about coin collecting, and they got to keep the coins. And I had a couple of Roman coins in there, and I was talking to him about it, and he said, Roman coins are a great way for anybody to get started in coin collecting, because Roman coins, even though they're 2,000 plus years old, you can get Roman coins for a couple dollars a piece. The nicer ones, of course, are remarkably valuable, hundreds or thousands of dollars a piece. But it again, it amazes me. You can have a coin that is thousands and thousands of years old, and they're not terribly expensive. So that's great. Let's see. Tom, buy tubes through Providence. Oh, yeah. Tom, I don't know if you saw it. Adriana, I don't know if you saw it. And Adriana, well, I won't bring this up because maybe you were on the stream. I got this from Coin Dragon. And this is a Zombucks. It's a copper round. And I think Provident Metals has an exclusive agreement with the company that makes these rounds. because they are pretty they are pretty popular. I'm not a collector of rounds, but Coin Dragon had these at an. He doesn't have an auction. He just has a chat, and every so often he says what he has for sale. And these were not expensive at all, but I thought they were interesting. But Adrian, I think on Mantic Coins there was a time when you were you were jokingly going off at Shay, and Frank had a stream after, and he said, "Boy, Adriana was not happy, and this kind of looks like what she was probably feeling like with a sword and the severed head." Oh, were you at the stream that time? I hope I'm not misrepresenting what Coin Dragon said. But I don't know. It's interesting. Let's see. Oh, this chat. Let's see. It's going kind of fast here. What was the mint on your Real? This is from Lima, Peru. And I'm going to put it under the scope. Because I don't... I'm not... Well, I put it into the document camera. So with Reals... Well, how it works is, I may have said this before. Let's look at the obverse. So with silver, this is a 2 Reals. It's a quarter. It's a side. Well, it's when the founding fathers created the U.S. Mint, when Congress created the U.S. Mint, they based a lot of our American coins off Spanish coins, and this is a 2 Reals. And this is what it's about the size of an American quarter. It's from 1774. Then you have Carolus III, Charles III, or Carlos III, who was King of Spain. Dei Gratia, by God's grace. Then you flip it over. And then you see Hispan et Ind Rex. So in Latin you go to the N, so it's a Charles Carlos III, Dei Gratia, by God's grace, King, Rex is king. Hispania et Ind, so Spain and the Indies, the Spanish Indies, which included Central America and South America. And then you have, it's hard to see on this, but you have something here that looks like an L and an M and an E, which stands for Lima, Peru. So this tells you this was minted in Peru. 2R, 2 Reals. And MJ are the initials of the assayer. Back in the day, the Spanish crown wanted to make sure that its silver was proper, because even though these coins were used in trade, much of the silver that was produced in South and Central America went back to Spain in the form of bars. And when you hear about the treasure ship sinking, they weren't carrying coins for the Spanish colonies. They were carrying coins and bullion to go back to Spain, because Spain had needed money to continue conquering other lands and continuing financing the expensive European wars they had been engaged in. So they wanted to make sure that if they were minting gold and silver, that it was the right weight and the right percentage, the right purity that they were supposed to get. And so the assayer was required by Spanish law to put his initials on each coin. And if it was found that the assayer was trying to cheat, then that was a capital offense. And there were assayers who were killed because they were trying to keep a little for themselves. Anyway, that's what they did. So, long story short, it's from Lima, Peru, Charlie. Let's see, I dug out my 1853 large penny. Nice. I bought it. Oh, I dug out my, I'm sorry, I'm thinking metal detecting, because Riser's here, of course. The metal detector extraordinaire. And I mean that in all sincerity, Charlie. So I thought you meant you dug it out of the ground. I bought when I was... Oh, that's nice. Hard for me to do videos now. I can't... Oh, Lincoln, I'm sorry. Well, Lincoln, if you want to broadcast vicariously through us, you can. Yeah, we do love you, Lincoln. That was the coin I wanted. I was there when you bought... Oh, Adriana, you know what? If you send me your address, I would be honored to send it to you. You may have it with my compliments. That was funny. I thought Shay would be in the dark. I'll have to go back and watch that. That was... Adriana, you and Shay are absolutely hilarious. You are so amazingly entertaining. I have to say, I'm astonished that you don't have more people, more subscribers, and I'm sure it's just a matter of time before... Oh, did you get the 500, by the way? I haven't checked, but I think it's a matter of time before you get in the thousands easily. Your streams are so wonderful. You and Shay are so lovely. You can tell you are so much in love, and it's terrific watching your stream. But I'll have to watch that stream because it is funny to kind of see you two go off on each other. If I thought it were real, I'd cringe, but the fact that you obviously care so much for each other makes it all the more enjoyable. Let's see, Adriana, LOL, he does that to me sometimes, so I'm good. Was that one, Doug? Which one, Riser? The Real? No. Nope. That was just from a coin shop. My favorite old coin is a 1700s Commonwealth coin from Massachusetts. Oh, my goodness. I have... See, Charlie has inspired me to share some of my favorite numismatic stories. And I have a story about the 1700s. Actually, this is about a 1600s coin from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I live in New Hampshire, and New Hampshire did have a colonial coin, but it is ridiculously rare. There are probably only 4 or 5 known. Has a pine tree on it. Not a very attractive coin, but the Massachusetts Bay Colony, which pretty much controlled New England in the 1600s. In fact, they were in control of New Hampshire. That's kind of a sore point with we New Hampshire folks. But historically, they did control part of New Hampshire because the proprietors of New Hampshire were kind of squabbling over who actually owned the land. And so the Massachusetts Bay Colony, well, the Royal Crown came in and said, well, no, we'll just have Massachusetts control you unruly folks. In any event, but Massachusetts Bay did produce some really, really interesting coins, and I have a story that I'll share sometime. Hi, Maury. Let's see, Mike. I don't have a favorite. I like all, but I do. Oops. Actually, I do love wheats. Yeah, wheats are great, and they're a terrific coin to start collecting. All right. We lost... What? How could you lose a subscriber? Well, you know, it's funny, Adriana, when the last stream that I was on, well, I watched, which must have been Saturdays, I was looking at the count, because you were talking about how you want to hit 500 for your platinum, right? Yeah. Your platinum live stream, and I saw that the number dropped, and I thought maybe I didn't quite read the number carefully enough. So, oh boy, well, too bad about them. You don't want them. Good riddance. You'll get to 500 by Saturday. In fact, is my daughter Maggie? Maggie, if you're still there, you need to subscribe to Mantic Coins, and I'll tell you what that is. All right. Well, according to the timer, oh my goodness, we have been streaming for 55 minutes. This was supposed to be a 15-minute stream. So I think I am going to sign out for now. I appreciate... You know what? Let's do this. What do I have? We should do a giveaway, shouldn't we? What can I find here that's interesting? Oh, by the way, if you haven't seen, I am doing a... I hit 200 subscribers, so I'm doing a giveaway. So if you go to my channel, you will see what I am giving away. But let me see if I can pull something out here. Alright, let's do this. We'll do some many and varied coins here. Let me get back to my camera. So this is a large copper. Estados Unidos Mexicanos. Sorry to all my Spanish friends. This is a 1966 20 centavos. It's about the size of a large cent. And this coin, it's funny, that is the obverse, but there's no writing on it. And that is Un Sol de Oro. It's from Peru. El Banco Central de Reserva de Peru, the Central Reserve Bank of Peru, 1960. And Sol de Oro means gold of the sun. That sol was there. In fact, I think it still is there. Currency. So 1 sol from 1960. This is République Française, Republic of France, and this is an aluminum coin. That's 5 francs from 1946. And last but not least, where did it go? Here it is. Earlier in the stream I mentioned that I went to a Coinstar and I saw some coins on the shelf, and this is one of them. This is from 1992. $1 from Canada. Actually, should be like that. And that, I believe, is the Canadian Parliament. And I don't know why the children are sitting adoringly looking at Parliament. I guess they think more highly of their government in Canada than perhaps we do in America. Let's see. Have you weighed the aluminum coin? I have not. No, I haven't. Why? Is there something I should be... Well, it's going in the giveaway, so if there's something to it, then you're more than welcome to do what you will with it. So, we have... Actually, I am going to ask, are you still there, Charlie Reiser? If you are, can you let me know how many folks we have on the chat? Or somebody let me know how many folks we have in the chat. Because some lucky winner will get those 4 coins. 12. Okay. So, I do not have Rosie here. However, we have to do this the old-fashioned way. I have written a number down on this paper. And if you could count... I'm sorry, yeah. I'm sure you can all count. If you could pick a number between 1 and 12, the first person who gets it gets those coins. Ready? Go. And it'll be the first person who gets the number on my live stream, on my chat. So here we go. Keep guessing. I'm going to give it a minute. Let's see. Hey, Shay, how are ya? I assume that's Shay, or was that Adriana? Have you changed avatars? Nope, Adriana's still here. Alright, keep going. I do not see it yet. Keep going. Give it about 20 more seconds. Well, for crying out loud, I don't see it yet. Hi, Shay. And okay, let's stop. Stop. Here, I'll make it official. If I can type in here. Well, you can stop. Here is the number. Let me go back here. Let me make sure it was... I thought I saw it. There it is once. Yep, it's there. Although, good lord, you have a 1 in 12 chance of guessing it. Better be there. Smart group like you. Alright, well, the number was... Let me go to the... The number was... Number 6. And by my chat, the lovely Sandy Reiser won those coins. The French 5 francs, the 20 centavos, the Canadian dollar, and the un sol de oro from Peru. Sandy, I know your good husband has my email address, so I'm sure he'll share that with you. Congratulations. And I'll mail those to you. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. I didn't expect I'd have so many folks here. So thank you. And let's see, what's coming up? There will be no Mantic coin stream this Thursday, but please, 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 on Saturday, visit the Mantic coin stream. You will, I guarantee you will have a whole lot of fun. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And please also subscribe to, well, everybody here, to Reiser's Treasure Hunting Emporium. Hey, Cointelligence, hello! Subscribe to Cointelligence as well. He has wonderful streams. And thank you, Lincoln. You can just send them to... I do not have your address. So one of you will have to give me your address or a work address or a post office box or the address of some trusted neighbor or your senator. I don't know. Give me an address and I'll send them off. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Had fun. See you next time. Take care.